Hi, Cappy. All right, welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and jump into this reading for you. I hope that you are doing well. All right, let's see. What do we have for my Capricorns at this time? Anything significant for Capricorn? Give me some messages for my Cappies. All right, let's jump right in, Capricorn, and see what's coming out for you. All right, Queen of Swords. Eight of Swords. Eight of Wands. Seven of Swords. Okay. So immediately what I'm getting is like uncomfortable situations or uncomfortable environments. And we'll talk about it in a second. So we do have the Four of Pentacles. You're attracting a lot of like-minded opportunities and surroundings and people towards you. This could be people who in this deck, the Four of Pentacles is like wealth and success and status. So you could be attracting those type of energies towards you. For some reason, this makes you uncomfortable not being in the same rooms as these individuals because you are more than capable of being in these environments and holding your own. It's more so of like with the Eight of Swords, like having trauma from being lied to, being deceived, being mistreated, being stabbed in the back by certain situations that remind you of these situations where you just don't trust these people that are coming towards you, these opportunities that may be coming towards you. You may have gotten so comfortable with the Queen of Swords of just being very independent and holding your own and not needing anything from anyone. Four of Pentacles is like withholding yourself, guarding yourself, not really being open, not opening up. And the Eight of Wands is really just crazy because it shows that so many things are coming towards you back to back communication, back to back opportunities, back to back situations where you have to go around certain people or be in certain rooms. And it feels very uncomfortable, especially with the Seven of Swords. You may feel triggered. You may feel like your trust issues are heightening. Your tingly senses, are like going off, your receptors of just like, this is an unsafe environment. I can't trust these people. I can't trust this opportunity. I can't trust this. Okay. So you're having a hard time with trusting and opening up. And it seems like you're going to be placed in a lot of these situations the rest of June. Like so many social situations, so much communications coming towards you, lots of people wanting to get to know you, wanting to speak to you, wanting you to open up, wanting you to speak about yourself, wanting you to be vulnerable and speak about like your experiences, your past. And it's very uncomfortable for you because you have learned to kind of like self-soothe is what I'm getting with the Queen of Swords and Eight of Swords. Like you are your own best friend, or you comfort yourself. You are the one that has built yourself up. You are your biggest supporter, and now you're having all these energies that kind of want to do that for you, or want to offer some type of support or want to be on your team. And it's just very odd for you. It's not something that you're used to, but in some way there's a lot of attraction coming towards you. You're very magnetic during this time where people just can't help but to want to get to know you, wanting to invite you out, wanting to leave a spot open at their table for you, that kind of thing, when you never really asked for this. All right, so let's see what's going on here. I feel like you're I feel like a swarm of bees, could be very uncomfortable, but you are honey. Okay. So does that make sense to you? Like you are sweet. A lot of people are sweet on you. You may not say much or do much. You may not even crack a smile. You're maybe not that type of person, but so many opportunities are sweet on you. Money may want to come towards you, which you've never not been a fan of money, but it could come with having to be socializing, networking, opening up, talking. You ever felt like that first day of school where the teacher is like, okay, stand up and tell me about yourself. And you're like, what is there to tell? What do you want to know? Like, you don't really have a life story to share, but you do. You do have a story to share. And so many people are listening right now. All right. So it's odd to you. So you are the queen or the king of swords. So let's see what that is for you. Tell me about the queen of swords for Capricorn. There's really going to be like a lot of opportunities to connect to the right people, but it just feels unsafe. I don't know why. All right, so we have old woman here. So something that really shines about you is your maturity and your wisdom. You're someone who only has to learn a lesson one time. You may be that friend or that family member who does not repeat cycles, where some people have a hard time having that discipline and that self control not to revisit old chapters. You don't really have that issue here. All right. And it has made you super independent because you may feel like a lot of people around you do have a problem with self discipline, do have a problem with self control, behavioral issues. Okay. I feel like you're getting an invitation very soon. Like someone's reaching out to you and saying, hey, you should come out. But it feels like weird. I don't know. You just kind of don't trust it for whatever reason. You may feel like a lot of people are out to get you. That could be your trauma because you have experience where people were out to get you. Okay, so let's see what else is here. All right, service. This could be work opportunities coming your way. All right, there's a lot of like respect. People respect your intelligence, your wisdom when it comes to some type of work or your work ethic or your business, or if you are trying to branch out into a new industry, people are really respecting this about you, and it's putting a lot of eyes on you at this time. I feel like it's very innocent admiration. It's not like with ill intent, but it's just different. It's weird. It's not something that you're used to. You may be someone who has stayed under the radar for a long time and has found comfort in that, but I feel like you're being pushed into the spotlight of some sort or into like a social type of group. Tell me about the Queen of Swords for Capricorn. I'm almost getting like the Nine of Cups, which is like wish fulfillment. So through putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, some type of wish fulfillment is coming in for you, but also a sense of belonging that you may have not ever knew that you crave. It could be deep rooted where you felt like I am comfortable just independently, but once you do step into these scenes and you do open up, you feel good about it. Okay, so unexpected like wish fulfillment here. All right, what is the, hold on, I don't feel like I'm in frame. What is the Queen of Swords for my Capricorns? Or the King of Swords for my masculine Capricorns? That Queen of Swords is cool because it shows like you're not so much in the King of Swords energy. Like you don't come off as rude. You don't come off blunt. You just come off very direct in that you are someone who values respect. You have self-respect, and when people approach you, they better have respect for you or they're just wasting their time because you won't give them the time of day. All right, so we have the Magician here. What else? Some type of thing that you've been manifesting. It involves you getting in the field. It involves you being social or communicating or even travel for some of you, but it may be like in a group type of situation. Yeah, and the Queen of Swords is coming out again. Okay, so it's not really your type of thing. You may want to do something solo dolo, but it involves you socializing or being around a very unfamiliar group. setting, okay? And everybody's so interested in you. I think because you have such a serious demeanor, people want to know what's behind that. Like, does Capricorn find certain things funny? What's their favorite music that they like to listen to? What do they like to eat? What do they do when they're alone on their off time? People are so interested in you here. Four of Pentacles to the Emperor, but they see you as very reserved. They don't feel like your personality naturally shines out. But I feel like you do have tons of personality. It just is when you're comfortable. All right, so this kind of makes you remember. And the crazy thing about trauma is sometimes it can really badly affect your memory to where some people, like the strongest people, have been able to survive through their trauma and traumatic experiences by burying their trauma, like not remembering it, forgetting about it, pushing it deep inside their brain. Something about this opportunity that's coming in for you, it's making you remember very traumatic times, dealing with someone who brought a lot of trauma in your life, that kind of thing with the Eight of Swords, okay? It's almost like the last time you opened up, the last time you let your personality shine, the last time you let people get so close to you, something really hurtful happened. You're thinking about this now, okay? So you're like, I don't want to go through that again. It's Eight of Swords. Maybe you were misjudged, okay? Or maybe you were lied on. That's really what I'm getting, is like someone lied on your name and caused like false judgment to come your way. Yeah, lots of thoughts about what happened in the past. Something that you just don't like. You're like, ugh, I hate to think about this. This was not a good time in my life. This hurt me, honestly, right? And your spirit guides are almost like begging you to open up, begging you to not allow this to cripple you from being social, from being vulnerable, from having receptivity, opening up to new experiences, because something really beautiful comes out of that, like some type of wish fulfillment, emotional wish fulfillment at that. What is the Eight of Swords? Like your spirit guides are begging you not to self-sabotage. That's really what this is. Consolation to the Eight of Swords. Let's see. All right, we have the Two of Wands, and what else? Okay, Three of Swords, right? So there goes that disappointment that kind of haunts you when you remember it. When you remember all the nasty, icky details of this disappointment, it really staggers you. And then you have the Two of Wands. So this is about taking control of the narrative, showing up, not just allowing what has happened to transform you into a negative way, but taking your power back with the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is also like the grass is greener effect. Like if you have what ifs in life, if you're like being invited to a girls trip, but you don't do the girls trip thing because the last time you did, it was a mind fuck, okay? Um, it's almost like, but what if this could be better? What if this is like a really solid girls group? What if this is a solid friendship? And what would it look like if it did work out? So having that what if attitude, the grass is greener type of vibe. If this is like maybe opening up to someone who is pursuing you romantically, and you may just feel like, well, the last time I had deep emotions for someone, it didn't work out so well. Like having that what if, but what if it does work out well? What if this is that one time that it's solid and it actually is a beautiful thing? So like not self-sabotaging this opportunity that's coming in. And how you'll know, right? Because sometimes people, it's not about going for it, it's about how do I know that this is the one that's gonna hit? How do I know that this is the one that's not going to end up on bad terms for me? How do I know that this is the one? Well, the Eight of Wands. It's back to back communication. Someone's very consistently pursuing you or trying to get you to open up or wanting to talk to you. All right, so there's something about consistency here, and also like something is very quick on your feet. So, not having a lot of time to really be in your head about this, having to make a quick decision. There's also like a swarming effect. I don't know, like maybe something starts off very subtle, but then it gets very dramatic, right? Like one person's inviting you out of the country, and then you're drawn into like a group chat, and then all the people are like, Capricorn, you need to come. Capricorn, we want you to come. You know, like a swarming effect. What's the Eight of Wands? Okay, also haughtiness. So there's something about showing off as well, because, again, with the deck that I'm using, the Four of Pentacles is like wealth and status. So someone's trying to entice you maybe by the things that you do like. Maybe you do like the finer things in life. Maybe you do like money. Okay, maybe you do like luxury. You like elegance. Something is like clearly showing you that this is what it is. There's nothing very humble or meek about this opportunity or the situation. It's like $1 million ticket, right? And there's consistency in this, so it doesn't start off so hot and heavy and then dies down. You never want to enter a friend group where everybody's so friendly at first and then everybody becomes very detached and distant. You never want to start off a romantic connection with someone who's like doting on you, gifting you, taking you on dates, and then that comes to a stop. Something's very consistent about this, where you can trust that what it's showing up to be is what it will be consistently. So that's a good. I just see a lot of like you having a lot of fun, or a very like well-spirited group around you, or person, or opportunity. The Sun. This opportunity just radiates positivity. It's also exposing something within you, like maybe some healing. Because if you have buried your trauma away and haven't like dealt with it, haven't journaled about it, haven't talked about it, haven't seen a therapist about it, haven't done shadow work about it, maybe it's telling you, hey, this is not to be neglected. This is to be fixed so that you can really enjoy life, right? But something just radiates a lot of positives, a lot of yes. Look out for a Leo, possibly. Look out for a Cancer as well. All right, we have the Chariot. Something is going to be successful with that Chariot. This opportunity is taking you places, or it's going places. Again, like-minded individuals, highly driven or motivated individuals coming towards you, or individual. Willpower as well. So I think that goes hand in hand with the Two of Wands, because this talks about taking control of your life, and also the Chariot as well. So knowing that you have free will and you can take control of your life, you don't have to do things alone. You don't have to walk this life independently. Yes, it served you well for a while, but there's other things that can serve you well by trying the latter or trying something different. So opening up. It's uncomfortable. That's what it feels like. It feels like kind of choked up right now. Like, what do you mean? Whose side are you on, right? I'm on your side, Cap. it's triggering you, right? Rightfully so, because something, made you believe that it was a safe place and it wasn't. And that was just very hurtful. That really changed you. But so much time has passed since then where this is not like a replica. This is not a duplicate situation. This is something totally different. And you're so wise, right? You're so intelligent and wise that you should pick up on that. Parts of you can really be thinking and saying, this is different. This is not like the past, but I just don't know if I should trust. Seven of Swords is the last card here. Okay. Paralyzed by fear. I feel like you're paralyzed by fear. Maybe you used to use something as a crutch, right? And this is like gonna be deep for some of you, and some of you this will not resonate, but there's something that you used to use as a crutch, maybe in social situations, and you're just not doing that anymore. Okay, so you know that's also like makes it even scarier. I don't have my crutch. Let's see, what's the Seven of Swords? Something that could have like made you more confident, or just kind of allowed you not to think so much about opening up or showing your personality, but you don't go towards that anymore. You're stronger than that now. So that's something you need to remind yourself. So Seven of Swords, immediately what's coming out for the Seven of Swords is child. So you have to remember too, innocence. This is a new beginning. So if you're not trusting something, this situation doesn't deserve for you not to trust it, because it's totally new. There's no harm done. It's a clean slate. Okay? See what else is here? Faithfulness, is which means you can trust this. This is something that's loyal, that's coming into your life. This is something that has consistency towards what they show up as or how they treat you the first time. So I think that should be really reassuring for you. It's really hard for you. Okay, we have the Ten of Wands, which is just like this burden, makes it really, really hard for you. And this is also energy of feeling tired or frustrated. It's almost like a child that's trying to tie their own shoes and they just can't do it right, And they get so frustrated. They really want to achieve tying their shoes. And the more they get frustrated, the more they get angry or cold or quiet. So remember what I said about how it's okay to be in that Queen of Swords energy, because it's all about respect, but it's a different thing of like being so cold and so detached where you in return disrespect people who are coming towards you very innocently. So you want to look out for that with the Seven of Swords, because there's just like it's not easy for you. This is not something that you're just doing. This is really like an internal struggle, and the frustration of not being the person who's just so open can make you kind of really be a little bit very overly closed off towards maybe the innocent opportunity or person or individuals that are coming towards you. So you want to kind of check yourself with that, because it's no good to like be mean with no cause. I want you to like try to do something outside of your comfort zone and see where it lands you, because it doesn't feel like this is meant to bring you any harm. It doesn't feel like it's going to be a negative. It feels like it's a very positive experience, but it will trigger you. And I think that's something that directly ties to maybe whatever you went through in the past, you're not really over. Maybe you swept it under the rug and you said, I'll come back to it another day, but it has lasting effects. So like working on that, really digging deep with that, understanding what happened, understanding your feelings, and allowing yourself to feel is going to help you to work through this and not self sabotage some type of amazing opportunity that's coming your way. Okay. You're going to be called to open up a little bit. You're going to be called to show your personality. and it's not as easy as the next person may be able to do. Okay, this is kind of like your Chiron or your wound, but it's not unhealable. So that's what we just need to like know. All right, Cappy, I'm gonna leave it there. Make sure to like the video, and if you would like a personal by me, then the link is in the description box down below. Bye, guys.